Всем привет, друзья! Продолжаем супер интересный сюжет открытия Снежной. Мы отправляемся в Королевский театр. Какое-то задание нас ждет. Но пусть ждет, потому что сначала мы проходим задание архонтов и будем решать, нам нужна вообще, как его зовут, одет-то. Так, награды какие-то можно забрать. О! Такие награды я люблю. Мы ищем Лилека. Лилеку какую-то ищем. Подозреваем одетку. Снегурочка. Лилек. Да. Да черт его, пока непонятно, кто это. Опа. Не знаю. По всей Снежной появились лайки с местами. Что происходит? Это что, Пьеро? Пошел снег.
It sure is cold today. I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get.
Кулиша.
Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview.
Чё? Нет. Нет.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in. It's...
Снежочек. Метель. Так, что у нас тут?
I think I'll leave the Lilac question until after the show's over. Then I'll go find Odette.
О, Митя. И Валера рядом.
He was originally going to come with Tonya.
Так, Тоня, мы сейчас увидим, как выглядит Тоня.
Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for a preview. But wait. Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh, and is that Mitya? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and mouse with Mitya again. Oh no. It looks like the show's starting, and I still haven't found Tonya. Never mind.
Ох уж эта рука. Опа. Мерзнет. Где вы?
Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Snežnaja ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto this...
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more.
Валера.
Now, look at the camera.
Я так понимаю, Тоня, это вот то, что внизу.
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are...
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking, Sarge.
May we leave now?
Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Didn't seem like too much to ask, but fair enough. Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead the way.
That has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonya. Excuse me? Are you Tonya? Huh? Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the trouble.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather?
I haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time. It's
Нифига.
most unusual.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never...
Let's wait it out for
Шрам.
now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather, let alone find your way.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all.
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break.
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just remember to return them next time you're over there.
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here.
Ты
I'll be
замерзнешь
right
нахрен.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket.
So... Are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blankets too?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
Time to get to
Сестра
work.
Тоня,
I should head backstage and find Odette.
брат
I need to look her in the eye and
Тарталья.
ask her about Lelek.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone? Ah, a fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew.
Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around.
Так, час прошел, метель так и не ушла.
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How has he still not returned?
Да сдох он,
I
наверное.
was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard. Do you think...
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to
Чугунов
deliver.
душнила.
Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different.
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a snowstorm is certainly not one of them.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside, waiting for your orders before they dare come in.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the army.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier.
Соболев, богатый человек из купеческого сословия.
Thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories.
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me and Vodenitsa. Odette's still backstage. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice.
А чё вот закрыть?
The audience hasn't left yet.
Холодно ж, наверное.
Huh. Is weather like this rare even in Snezhnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild. This is something else. It's...
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out. No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Besides, I work here while you're in... Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look after your toes above all else.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people alive.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful. I just want to take a quick look at the situation out there.
Так. Лёша пошел.
He's back! He's back! How was it?
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the area?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. And something in the air gives me the creeps.
Атмосфера, непонятный снежный
This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise everyone...
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now?
Так
That
иди,
sounds a
выйди.
little far-fetched to me.
Умник нашелся.
You want to go outside and see?
Да, вот.
I, for one, am not risking my neck in that wet...
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing hard. So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible. Luckily, it was just a dress rehearsal on the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, you can spend the night here at least. I assume that's alright? Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get home too?
Oh, your majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let tonight's snowstorm stop.
Чего?
This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the two top stars in all of Snezhnaya. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I think I've changed my mind.
Я передумал.
Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you'll be begging for that blizzard.
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up.
Закройте двери.
Close the door and lock it tight.
Смотри, он предложил закрыть дверь. Ноктюрн мертвых душ. Фоточку, ну фоточку-то я уже видел. Кулиш, Олеша, ну это Шрам, Чугунов, Тоня, Амелия, Одета, Валерий, Водяница, Митя. Этого я не запомнил, кто. Рампана. Разберитесь в происходящем. Ух, как много разговаривать надо. Прыг, скогу бомба, прыг, скогу бомба. Ага. Здравствуйте, Шрам.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. You don't need to use any force whatsoever. All you have to do is show them the rope.
I don't. Do tell.
Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious million Mora coat. They'll do whatever you ask to avoid.
Unexpected, but funny nonetheless.
Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary. The kind that gets paid to do odd...
And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur. If my name is unfamiliar to you, you will no doubt have heard of...
Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov? How come I've never heard your name before?
Excuse me? Is that a joke? Or are you being serious?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope later. He's probably tied up more entrepreneurs than I...
Ну, шуточка была небезопасная. Ага, здесь проход есть. Тоня.
How are you feeling, Tonya?
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. I'm used to it by this point.
Child must take great care of his sister. He's never mentioned Tonya's illness, though.
You know,
Вот скажи, вот
I
на
actually
одета для
find this
зимы
whole
слишком
thing kind of
легко же, да?
exciting.
Какого хрена?
Stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm. Having to spend the night with a bunch of interesting characters. Exactly. It's like one of those stories where an ordinary school trip turns into a magical
Ну,
adventure.
кстати, Тоня, в принципе,
I've
выглядит не
always
так
wanted
уж и
something like that to happen in real life.
NPC-шно.
I'm fine.
Look after yourself. Other...
Да, брательник может спросить нас. Ну, мы забашляем по башке
My
торгов
husband
и
has
Соболева.
major trust issues. To him, I doubt even this snowstorm is a good enough...
That's the price of marrying into wealth. You'll get used to it. I'm not about to stop you if you want to leave. But don't
такой
drag
буре
me
идти
along.
небезопасно.
Hello? Can I help you?
Приветствую. А, типа нафиг. Окей, пойдемте дальше. Так, Алёша, Водяница, Валера и Митя.
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a harbinger.
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is the day you'll finally understand the meaning of life. Ah, why, hello, ma'am. I believe you were the one sitting at a nearby table back at Podvoye Restaurant. Any friend of the theater's star performers is a friend of mine. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mitya.
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion.
Валерий, майор Валерий, командир батальона специального назначения первого гренадерского полка оружейной палаты.
I am here to ensure Mr. Mitya's personal safety.
Я Амелия.
Miss Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at me. Any idea what that could be about? I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her.
So, Mr. Mitya, is your work related to Project Suja?
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace because they wanted me to... Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything.
Что за шарф?
Sorry, traveler.
Мне кажется, шарф
As you can see, I'm
проиндатирован,
afraid
нет?
this pleasant chat will have to end here.
Ну, повали сливы, что Митя связан с грешником. Судя по шарфу, очень похоже на рейндатир. Ладно, Алёша. и водяницы.
I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. I didn't know you were coming today. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today.
I'm with you. This could be just the chance we need.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I want to know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuja.
For the
Stuja.
Rokad, or just out of personal interest?
Shh! There are other people around. Don't say the...
Реально, Алёша, будь потише. Ну что, одета, мы наконец-то добрались до тебя.
I have to say, even though today was a rehearsal and there were some hiccups along the way, Miss Odette's performance was one of the best I've ever...
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Especially considering the weight of the subject matter. It takes a truly seasoned professional... Do you think we were coming on too strong? Odette's ignoring us again.
What about you? What did you think
Я
of
думаю,
today's
что
performance?
я хочу узнать, кто такая Лелек.
That's actually a more insightful critique than I was expecting. My mother would agree. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance ready.
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lelek.
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitya too?
No, I don't. I just have a feeling that he might be dangerous.
Одета говорит, что Митя может быть опасен. Особенно его шарфик, блин. Так. Время летит незаметно. Вечер наступает.
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with
Будет
no sign of
продолжается.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlikely to stop tonight, and we at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you stay on site overnight, and in a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experiment.
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we could come up with a title for the production.
Not bad. Clear selling point at least. Could be a big hit.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me.
Угу.
I guess I'll call it a night. Though, I feel like I won't sleep very well without... I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. But as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably... I wonder if she's feeling any better yet? At least...
Так. Опа, бульк какой-то. Что это за заставка?
Ah, finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us.
Чего?
Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you've forgotten. Come on, let's keep heading up. Onwards and upwards is the only way to survive. Don't listen to a word those black mist cultists say.
Here we go again. The endless march toward survival.
What's going on? That black mist down there is creeping me out. And it's rising.
Ебать.
The black
Туман
mist
черный
cultists
появился,
believe that
прикинь.
being swallowed by the black mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves.
Что за хаос?
We're the only heretics left. The only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the black mist means certain death.
I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of being forever on the run.
All this will pass eventually, I promise. Keep fighting. It will...
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path. It keeps going up forever.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova. Are you thinking of giving up as well?
I am. I think I'll take my chances with the Black Mist.
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists, I'm just too weary.
Надо заниматься просто спортом.
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and say, fate always appears so impossibly complicated. But at moments like this, its raw simplicity is laid. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then on, the outcome was both inevitable and irreversible.
Че, реально бросим этих людей?
Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black Mist. It's just you and me now. Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. For now. This happens from time to time, but it won't be long before the Black Mist starts chasing survivors once again. No one knows how to stop its advance for good. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two bought for us. Huh? Are you really that sleepy, traveler?
Мы упали. Это сон, наверное, был, да? Какой-то охренеть. Какой сон?
What is it, Chuganov? What's wrong? Huh?
Is it morning already? What's all the commotion? Sounds like it's coming from next door. I should check and see what's going on.
Чё за сон? Охренеть. Это сон. Что произошло?
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Stay here. Okay.
What happened to them?
Чё там происходит? В комнате лежат два человека, совершенно неподвижные, словно еще не проснулись. Но вы знаете, что они не спят. Они померли.
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is that somehow I knew this was going to happen. Have I seen this moment before? Or did I have some kind of premonition?
Let me take a look. No vital signs in either of them. They're dead. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies, no signs of a struggle, and no skin discoloration caused by the buildup of toxins.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away. This is so sudden.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them both dying of sudden complications on the same night are extreme.
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes, nor does this appear to be a suicide. Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside.
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Chuganov heading this way, I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from outside, correct?
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had tried to open it.
За дверью происходит. Понятно.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding or any signs of suspicious
В общем, два человека померло, и что
Follow up with a
самое
full search
интересное,
of
мы
my
видели,
own shortly.
что они умирают.
Go. There is no time to
В
waste.
видении каком-то, что ли? Или что это такое было? Никого не нашли, все обыскали.
Nothing on your end either? Backstage is clear. No signs of suspicious activity.
We checked the basement. Also clear. I don't think there's anywhere here that a living person could hide.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have... I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and there's no sign of anyone entering or leaving.
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is one of us.
We can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm, a murder takes place and the killer is among us. It's such a classic trope that it seems...
Looking at who the killer targeted and the clean entry and exit, it all adds up. I know what this is. It's obvious now that I think about it.
What is? What have you figured out?
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it? Lelik.
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Stuja. Always works alone. I've read the case files at the Armory Palace. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know about Lelik?
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuja at the Snezhno Gradvecha. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Stuja cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lelik. That makes sense.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your eyes. Show yourself! Which one of you is Lelik, Tell me! I'll do whatever you want!
Ты с ума сошел, Чугунов?
Stop playing these mind games!
Was this really Lelek's doing? Would Odette really do something like this? If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character. But then I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelek's true identity. But if I reveal it now, what should I do?
I don't think it's likely that Lelik killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard, he's never killed anyone before. And his name has never come up in connection with any murder cases. Besides, even if Lelik did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method?
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette, but her assessment is pretty much identical to mine.
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelik's
defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making it.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then, Why don't you tell us who the killer is?
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinions so early on in the discussion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lelik is right here among us. I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have to get out of here.
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and you might... And whoever this Lelik is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible, my man.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further note, because as things stand, every one of us is now... Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues, but make sure you don't go off alone.
Что делать будем? Так. Обсудите одетту. Чё, ребятки?
You're right. That was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one says. Oh, phew. It's just you. I thought someone was eavesdropping.
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts with the Rokot member.
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be the juiciest this whole year. Odette? Really? Odette? Oh God, how dumb does this make me look? Lelek has been right under my nose this whole time, and I didn't notice a thing.
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometimes, hiding in plain sight is the best strategy.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it seems to make. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4... Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a Fatous, a member of the Rokot. Now, Lelek. It must be so exhausting. I just want to give her a hug. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what reason could she have for being so opposed?
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all on the same page here? Yeah. Lelek may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. We need to confront her face to face.
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lelek?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't...
Так.
Now's her chance.
Типа следят,
Odette's
смотри.
alone. Let's go. Hey, Odette.
What is it, you guys?
Shh. Keep your voice down. So, you're Lelek. Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything, or none of us believes you'd kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those 2 people last night, it wasn't you. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity, but she kept quiet during the discussion just now. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelek is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad spot. We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we know, the more easily we'll be able to cover for you.
All right. Yes, I'm Lelek. And no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
Huh? You're gonna reveal that you're Lelek? Here?
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Shuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion? Given the circumstances... Mr. Valeri! What?! So... Odette is Lelek?
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelek. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. Which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or leaving a trace,
Pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right. I believe you.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title.
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelik.
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelik. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clear.
She thought so far ahead. Why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her?
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss Odette.
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have no objections.
Mr. Chuganov?
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking into my house and threatening me. Just wait till we get out of here, Lelik.
Что делать дальше будем? Ух ты, столик.
Good work, Lelik guard team. And Lelik too. Here, have some hot water.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits, so now I've been told I have to guard Lelik with him.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easier, and
Что
then
вы
we'll
вообще
be safe.
едите? Еда у вас есть?
But once the snow stops, won't everyone just leave?
You're
А,
gonna miss
снится
us,
что-то
huh?
кошки.
Well, some of us work at the theaters, so we'll still be here. I'll even give you a special backstage pass.
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about...
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Hey, mind your own business.
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here.
Госпожа русалка.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
No. You sound nervous, lass.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still...
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before. Do enlighten me, Vodyanitsa.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think of it as our primary mode of expression.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. And yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you?
Heavens, why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight.
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we all stay together.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik.
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following
Чугунов,
arrangement
ты
for
прям
tonight.
бесишь меня,
The Traveler,
конченый.
Odette,
Какой-то
and
такой
I will
вообще
form the night
неадекват.
watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but 2 of us must be awake at any given time.
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the night watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come.
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field operations. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good night.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you? Oh, not going to argue with that. I'll take a quick nap.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up. I came here to get information from her in the first place.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. I just had a simple question for you, really. Rosaline, in her final moments, did she have any last words or anything? I see. Well, no. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her. Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms. Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. Not that it's any huge secret to me, though. When I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under Rosaline. It was extremely grueling. And it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice, practice, practice. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life, don't you think? So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to defy my fate. It was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me. I told her, You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother. She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, but strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face. Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes. She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I still wonder. Did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared. So I said I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences. She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event? No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case... Okay, I will. Thanks for letting...
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuja. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lelek, you might...
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's construction was completed in Nodkrai. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. Yes, the weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester, and the lab is located deep within the Armory Palace. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environment.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler,
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about Paimon's condition. I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? Never mind. I'd better try and get some...
Бульк. Второе видение сейчас будет. Кто на этот раз сдохнет? Мы знаем.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? Are you reaching your limit too?
How long have we been walking for? Do you remember?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since we noticed that...
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who named it was swallowed by the black mist.
Whatever it's called, ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up. hoping that as long as we reach it, we can find a way out of this place. But it seems like no matter how far we walk...
Well, we've come this far. You never know.
Черный туман опять.
Monsters! Watch out! Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
Они дерут сюда, не фигайся. Мы находимся либо во сне, либо видение какое-то. Мы тут деремся с чуваками. Что здесь делать, я не знаю. Воу. Ну, я догадываюсь, что это все это мутит.
Here they come again. Get ready.
You wanna fight? Let's go. Gonna cleave ya.
Back of it here.
Ты куда пошел, дружок? Я тебе не разрешал никуда уходить. Прям бесконечный подъем какой-то. Опять враги.
Monsters ahead of us. The black mist behind us. It feels like there's no end.
Больно.
Faster.
Ха! Сдох.
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No. I'm fine. It's just... Suddenly I don't want to walk any further.
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit.
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. But I'm not sure it's real at all. It may just be a collective illusion. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
We know you mean well, but you're only saying that to try and encourage us to keep going, aren't you?
Thank you, friend. But enough is enough. Please don't give me any more false hope. You're going to continue, aren't you? I admire that. I've given up, but I wish you the best.
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Congratulations. You're the first person to make it here. I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now, having devoured your two companions. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue. What do you mean, leave? The star represents the starting point. It's the waypoint for the beginning. Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your side the whole way. Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun.
Нифига. что происходит. Пока непонятно ничего, но, скорее всего, еще 2 человека умрут.
Is that Vodyanitsa's voice?
Coolish, wake up! Please wake up!
The situation is identical to that of the 2 casualties yesterday. We cannot ascertain the cause of death.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else. So I suppose the surrounding environment can't be a relevant variable.
Rampana. Coolish.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not notice something was wrong?
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target, so I just laid there with my eyes closed. I heard the Traveler and Lelik chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the night.
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough. I hardly slept at all.
Then, what could possibly be causing this? Once was bad enough. I can't believe it happened again. I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd... And on this stage of all places...
Vodyanitsa.
4 victims in just 2 days. And we still don't have a single... I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able...
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So we only have ourselves to rely on.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watch was a useless endeavor from the start. Lelik must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on the corpse.
Here we go again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on with your kill-
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up.
How dare you?
That's enough! Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. But today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them?
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity. How could it be any more obvious?
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on Night Watch? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target the rich. All so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes, then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzhna, and the Rokot. Thugs, the lot of you. Don't you dare!
Sir, but... You were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Coolish. Them turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right now.
Little girl.
Even Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, he's still one of the victims here, isn't he?
Quite.
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking his mind. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now. We may resume our discussion.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in.
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. Miss Odette's alter ego, the threats Mr. Chuganov received. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence left.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist?
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity. But if the present situation defies all known scientific explanations...
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater. I heard rumors about this place. Haunted?
Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, they're only rumors, right?
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me in fear right now.
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind?
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply.
4 трупа.
Valeri, come take a look at this. You too, Traveler.
Some sort of notebook. What is it for?
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish was the main person to use. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets at the entrance.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show. So...
Yes. The number of people. I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just don't match what's... Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without buying a ticket or something?
Unlikely. Kulish took his duties very seriously. Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter ticket restrictions than usual.
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends, so we collect the tickets at the point of entry. Still, I'm inclined to believe that this discrepancy in the head count is significant somehow.
Did an extra person just materialize out of thin air?
Лишний человек появился из воздуха. Ну, посмотрим, что у нас еще тут за подсказки есть. Так, Тоня.
Tonya? Did you find anything?
Not yet. Still looking. So... Are we...
This looks like somebody's notebook. Shall...
Well, it doesn't look scarier. All right, let's read it together.
This has to be Vodyanitsa's writing.
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident. It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right?
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. And now they live somewhere new, where the postman can't get to.
We're sorry.
It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect them to get ignored when everyone's scouring the place for clues. All right, give me my notebook back. I'll take over the investigation in this room.
Так, спускаемся вниз. Кто у нас здесь? Алёша и Митя.
Ah, traveler. Since you're here.
Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be a, well, an investigation report.
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old. Huh.
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue.
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous, while also being fearful of word getting out in case it affected the theater's business. Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley lines. Is there any chance this is the key to finally making some progress with the—
Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. It's hard to imagine what connection it could have to these two murder cases.
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel civilization, ley line renovation? My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's completely— huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet. How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so it must be a note left by the author. Death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on here? With us in the theater? But if so, how did the author foresee it? Could he predict the future somehow?
Maybe things are more complicated than we thought.
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, the report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. But the note seems to be warning of potential danger. The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? The various ways we could interpret this keyword lead in completely—
Да, что-то происходит, конечно.
If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything, it's the natural conclusion.
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation.
Does it really sound that far-fetched? All right, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with what you've said, so—
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads,
Так, типа обсуждаем.
That's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person among us is most likely the killer. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity being exposed. I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection. They then blended in with the group and waited for an opportunity to strike.
What about the note found in the investigation report? Any thoughts on how that fits in?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my fair share of psychopathic killers.
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting of the theater after all.
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket, and all... Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimately, yes?
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too. Everything short of throwing a temper tantrum and rolling...
I most certainly did not degrade myself.
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask.
Hmm?
Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit to it.
Especially after the unprompted Lelek reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice would be unfathomable.
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as...
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of...
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is... Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah. Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya. Since most... And I suppose it's also kind of...
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. All right, I was just a bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter. Never in my wildest...
We don't need details. Just get to the point.
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. Even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and...
Really? Wait, no. That can't be.
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking...
Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Delicate times? Factions?
Yes? You know, the Civil War? Last time I checked, the Fae...
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya history was over 400 years ago. When Her Majesty...
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
What's going on here? Is Shram from the past?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be correct.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you?
The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Mr. Shram's statement proves he's from and according to the investigation report, for some unknown reason, the soul that has been... Yeah, that must be the immediate... The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line... Death is near.
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater because the ley lines were cut off. Mr. Shram must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, that also makes him our extra person. So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased, people who died a long time ago.
Someone who died a long time ago.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching for is a ghost from the past.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like that, my man. There must be some mistake. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah. Even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right?
Then what if the problem isn't the souls at all, but the ley lines themselves? The ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls. But the souls that don't want to return are trying to...
Why does this analogy sound so...
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake?
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense.
Except there's no concrete evidence. Media is relying on a lot of... Still, it seems...
Alright, so how could Shram not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed anything unusual.
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there. It's simply...
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually... I'm trying to remember and... Even though my head feels like it's going to explode. I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death. So I forced myself to forget.
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out, performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a traitor to humanity. But I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to. Both as their bodyguard. And out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that up again.
It's just... Even now, I'm still struggling to accept the truth. I'm... sorry, everyone. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death...
But... Mr. Shram...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean.
Mr. Shram, I'm sure we can figure out a different...
My good sir. We both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago.
No. I'm speaking on a personal level this time.
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Waterimp. My lover.
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her.
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? Good. As long as she went on to be happy. That's all that matters. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps.
Take care, my man.
I know Mr. Shram was already dead, but... I still feel...
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. It's terrible to think that so many innocent people had their lives turned. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fey aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the humans.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides had for each other. That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city? She offered herself up to be hated and—
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides, there are very few who—
All this time, I had no idea.
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled.
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't still raging on.
Проклятая метель никак не закончится. Идем спать? Да, идем спать. Ну, очень интересно, потому что прям захватывает сюжет. Что здесь у нас?
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorms stop. I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years. To think he was dead this whole time.
Knock, knock. Hmm? Knock, knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right? You don't have to knock.
Think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. Thanks.
So, why did you come to find me? Is there something I can help with?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity from the start, but when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me. Yes, I'm extremely grateful for that.
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened to the Senora against me, so...
Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation similar to the one you were in when you... So I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. It's about Mitia. Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead. As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop Project Stuja. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitia, I immediately started planning to track him down and threaten him to back out. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk exposing my identity. So I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way, the threat would be much more effective. Well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved, but I am a Fatus, so I already had some. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitia seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vital signs whatsoever. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it, and chosen a much more brutal method, so I made myself scarce.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitia that first night here.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murders started happening and things got so complicated that it wasn't really at the front of my mind. That is, until Mitia himself said there must be a dead person among us.
And yet... you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitia out.
Exactly. I thought there could be something I was missing. Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Shram was a ghost, and we knew there was only one extra person, so we thought he had to be the one.
but now it seems like there's another candidate. I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so much information being thrown around during that discussion. Bringing up Mitya would have just introduced more.
So, what do you think we should do?
Let me confirm one thing first. When was it that you found Mitya dead?
Around a week ago. Sometime in the afternoon.
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with Vodyanitsa, trying to avoid Valeri.
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh. Well, all I can say is I know what I saw.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us was because of the problem with the theater's ley lines. But Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley line issue affecting the theater shouldn't reach that far.
You're right. I guess he doesn't fit the profile of the person we were searching for.
I think the chances of it being him are very low. Surely he can't have died for real.
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right.
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on here.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa's handing out food if you're hungry.
Митя мертв. Но он жив. Я ничего не понимаю, что происходит. Дайте мне объяснение. Так.
What is going on with this storm? Could it be connected to that monster that just arrived in Snezh?
I almost hope it is. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa left to vanquish that beast herself.
Do you think people still feel the cold after they die? I'm wondering about Shram. Oh, maybe we should have given him a coat before he...
Death itself is cold, isn't it? I'm sure the storm will embrace him.
Well, I hope he has a safe journey. I'm going to miss him, I think. It's not like we can blame him for Rampana and Kulish's. Thinking back on it, we barely made it out alive. Once we get out of here, how are we going to explain what happened to their families?
Are you okay? Here, take this. I've never used it.
Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because Tonya stood up for you this morning?
Yeah, without Tonya, who knows how badly he would have been hurt.
I told you already, I never intended to resort to violence.
Bunch of rascals. Little girl? I was rather surprised when you spoke up for me this morning. I didn't think I had many admirers here, so, thank you.
Oh, no need to thank me. I said some bad stuff about you too.
I've been, too embarrassed to admit it, but, so kind to everyone. But never lets her old man off the hook. Unless my wife and I are having a fight, then... Especially when she was little. Every time I took her out... All right, easy now. How long have you had that cough, Tonya?
I don't know. It's probably been a while.
Are you taking anything for it?
Yeah. I'll be fine once I see my brother. He's gonna pick some frost fairy flower leaves and brew a tonic for me.
I see. That's good to hear, then.
We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight, now that the deceased has left our midst. However, out of an abundance of caution...
Shouldn't we take shifts? I can take one if need.
No need. I managed to get a nap in earlier, so I have plenty of energy right now.
Так, идем спать. И что, опять кто-то умрет?
What a long day. This whole situation turned out to be way more complicated, but Valeri's right. I should just try to calm down and...
Кошмар во сне. Ну, судя по этому бульку по центру, будет кошмар сейчас очередной.
She's awake. She's awake! Get over here, you big lug, and take a look!
If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The black mist is coming. You need to go.
Are you all right? Can you walk? We just got attacked by monsters. He just seemed to come out of
Господин Дверь
nowhere.
называет
Not
Валерия
much of a
господин
talker,
Дверь.
but when it comes to taking down monsters, that man doesn't hold back. Curses! The black mist is catching up to us.
Опять черный туман.
Mr. Door, I don't believe I've ever seen you around here before. Why is that?
Валерий?
There's no need to try to get to know me.
Ты напугала меня.
I can just push these ones off.
Oh, well, anyway, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for saving us earlier.
No need to thank me. This is where my duty lies.
Сдохни, кабанина. Медведина. Бычарина. О. Побежали, побежали. Опять враги.
So we're doing this.
Remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same.
Так, бежим дальше.
Are none of these doors the one you're looking for?
No.
Большой ледяной гроб снеговиков. Хера себе. Так.
I'm so exhausted. Wait, look! There's more monsters down there. Are they coming from within the black mist? No, no! They're gaining on us.
Так, бежим, бежим.
Mr. Door, what are you doing? We
Found it. This is my door.
What? You mean you're going to stay here?
I am a door. This is where my duty lies.
No! You saved us. We can't leave you behind.
You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long. You must make haste.
But... Oh, you're right. Let's go. We can't let Mr. Door's sacrifice...
Что-то прям вообще жесть какая-то, треш.
The black mist isn't moving anymore. Looks like both the monsters and I didn't just imagine all that, did I? Surely I wasn't so scared out of my mind that I hallucinate. Oh, okay, good. There's no way we both getting sleepy? Well.
И упали.
What time is it? Is it morning? I think I had a nightmare. Oh, I guess everyone's still asleep. These past 2 days. Valeri?
Да ладно.
Wake up! Everyone needs to wake up!
Ебать.
Just like the last 2 nights. No clear cause of death. I've been a real thorn in your side, haven't I, Mr. Valeri? Now you can rest in peace. But for me, life will be all the duller for not having to run away from you, my friend.
How's Tonya? Is she okay?
I just checked on her, and it doesn't seem like anything serious. She's just exhausted from the past couple of days, and she's
Вот
still
это
recovering
да.
from her illness.
That means Valeri was the only one who died last night.
If Valeri was awake and keeping watch, it would have been impossible to kill him without waking everyone else up.
This is so frustrating. Why has nothing changed since yesterday?
Actually, one thing has changed. There's only one victim this time, not two.
No similar cases have ever been confirmed. After the deceased Shram left, it's a reasonable Oh. The number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us. That's your theory, right?
Exactly. We identified Mr. Shram, and the night after he left, the death toll dropped from 2 to 1. By that logic, there must be one more dead person left among us.
Another one? But there was only one person unaccounted for in the ticket checks, right?
Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm, but being one person short isn't nearly as unusual. Someone could have left in the middle of the show, or made it out before the storm hit.
One more dead person among us. If Mitya's theory is right, then what Odette told me seems a lot more relevant. It's just, at the time, we had no reason to think there was more than one dead person. If only we'd taken it more seriously as a possibility.
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I had information that could have been helpful, but
I'm partly to blame as well. I was too quick to dismiss Odette's concerns.
What is this about? What have you two been getting up to behind my back?
Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the rest of us.
Вот это уже.
I'm the dead person? Wow. That's certainly news to me.
Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but we thought it just wasn't possible, so we left it at that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. If I'd been there, I probably would have reached the same conclusion. It just sounds too unbelievable. Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to the afternoon Miss Odette mentioned, but I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm different than Mr. Shram.
Having seen Mr. Mitya a few days ago myself, I also find it hard to believe he could be the other dead person among us.
Well, if it isn't Mitya, then who? Do we vote on it?
If you don't mind me asking, Traveler, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother. Had you ever met her before all this?
No, never. Wait, are you saying...
Now, just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert our suspicions onto somebody else?
Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Chuganov? Whenever you open your mouth, all you do is attack people, and I've had enough of it.
You little brat!
Did Mitya ask about Tonya because he suspects her? I suppose I only identified her by age and nothing else.
I'm just saying, you're going around casting suspicion on people for no reason. I can vouch for her if nothing else. I've seen her before. She's the sister of that.
Oh, really? You're telling the truth.
Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was child's sister.
If Chuganov can vouch for her, then it can't be Tonya either. Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time, when you found me dead?
No problem.
Так, и что вы там решили? Расскажите.
Huh. No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember anything about dying. Miss Vojanitsa, during our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from temporary memory loss. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. You said it was hindering the progress of your experiments. You thought that...
Right. And even though I don't remember dying that day, I'm pretty sure I experienced something like amnesia. Some of my memories from that afternoon are missing.
Are you suggesting you're missing the memory of your...
Of course. How am I only just realizing this? Humans aren't necessarily aware of their own death.
You mean being silently assassinated, or dying in your sleep? Situations like that?
The researcher's amnesia. Suddenly it all makes sense. I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me reach a breakthrough on a series of issues that have been troubling me for quite some... All right. It's decided then.
Oh, leave! Hey, wait a minute! Aren't you rushing into this? What if you're wrong?
Come on, kid. Aren't you gonna fight for your life?
I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, thinking back, I remember during Miss Odette's performance, while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea for my research popped into my mind. I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instance of temporary amnesia.
No. Hold on. I see where you're going with this. You're suggesting that each instance of temporary amnesia is there's a glaringly obvious flaw in that idea, no? How can one person die so many times?
I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have been either dead or in a similar state. All it would take is for the same thing to happen in the theater, and I would come under the effect of the ley lines in this vicinity. This increases the likelihood of me being the deceased, does it not?
But...
There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the deceased. Please relax, everyone. I don't think things are as bad as they may seem. If I really am the deceased, then to leave the theater will be a relief for me. If, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well, apparently you've all witnessed my resurrection recently anyway.
Mitya's right. This is the only thing we can try right now. I think he's
What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment after experiment in an attempt to obtain the truth? With this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and my amnesia, we've been paralyzed by not knowing and powerless to do anything about it. But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this. Just you wait.
Так.
Poor Mr. Mitya. I didn't even get to see him one last time.
Maybe it's a good thing that you weren't there to see it. It was a hard thing to watch.
I hate goodbyes. Why does it feel like everyone around me is slowly disappearing?
Maybe it's the realization that, at the end of life, everyone has to face it alone. Come to think of it, the main reason we're still alive right now is pure luck. You could take it a step further and say that the same is true outside, too. Who can ever be 100% sure when they drift off to sleep? If I make it out of here, I'm going to cherish every moment that I'm awake and live without any regrets.
Without regrets? I feel like a strange sense of anxiety has been quietly growing inside me over the last 2 days.
Are you okay? You look really glum.
If something's bugging you, let's talk about it. There's only a few of us left here now.
I have a travel companion named Paimon. Alosha and Odette have met her before.
You're worried about her, aren't you? That makes sense. We've been trapped in here for...
To be honest, I used to feel like I was just a spectator in this world.
A descender?
But with Paimon by my side, over time, I slowly felt my connection to this world growing stronger. She loves eating, sleeping, and having fun, but she's also a great guide. It's her authenticity that makes this whole world feel more real for me. Over the last few days that we've been apart, I've often caught myself wondering, what would Paimon say if she were here right now? But by the time I snap out of it, the conversation has already moved on and I'm still in my own little world. I'm trying to overcome this sense of detachment, but I really miss Paimon. I bet she misses you when you're not there as well. Maybe you're her entire world too.
I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but back when the water imps left Snezhnagrad in droves, I also felt like the whole world was suddenly empty. I could be surrounded by people all smiling and having fun, and still feel completely separate from it. So, I totally understand how you feel. Later on, I started to think, maybe accepting the fact that our loved ones won't always be with us. All we can do is cherish their companionship from moment to moment. So, once we get out of here, you better hurry back to our side as fast as you can.
Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
But Vodyanitsa, if you hate goodbyes too, why did...
That's just the choice I made. I used to regret it, but I don't anymore. Like I said before, singing is a water imp's primary mode of expression. It's how we convey our emotions. Our songs have echoed through this theater for hundreds of years. Each one a story pieced together through moments of joy and sorrow. But does a story exist without someone to read it? To me, the answer is no, so I made the choice to stay. That way, there would still be someone left to sing these songs and listen to their stories.
Could you teach me how to understand your people's songs sometime? I want to be able to truly hear them.
A fan after my own heart. Thank you, Tonya. How about I sing something for you?
Okay. I've never heard that one before. I feel like I can hear a sense of...
Color me impressed, Tonya. You're a keen listener. Most people can only tell if a song is happy or sad. I didn't think you'd be able to pick up on such specific details.
So, what's the song about then?
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It means something like, may those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night, so that we might be reunited once more.
No wonder I could hear that sense of longing. You sing it for loved ones who have passed away.
It's getting late, Tonya, and you're not well. We should all turn in early. I suppose there's no reason to keep watch tonight.
Okay, but, before I go to bed, could you sing that song a couple more times for me?
Of course! Anything for my #1 fan.
Once I get out of here, I definitely don't plan on ever coming back. But I guess that means I'll never get to hear Vodyanitsa sing again. That's a sad thought. Before I fall asleep, I should check...
Судя по бульку, это опять тьма ебаная.
Where am I? It's so dark in here, and I feel kind of dizzy. What was that noise?
Нифига.
Return, O spirits. Fulfill your oath of protection.
I'm alive? What just happened?
No time for questions. Quick, over here. Turn on the switch. We... Alright, we're safe. The spirit just now is called Night Prayer. The light subdues her, but she'll attack without a second thought in the dark. Sort of. I know it's hard, but you can't let this place go dark, or she'll kill you again. Yep. Luckily, I was here to resurrect you. Otherwise, that'd have been a real bummer.
A bit more than a bummer, I'd say. Wait, so you have the ability to resurrect?
Sure I do. I'm your guardian spirit after all. I specialize in soul recall.
Oh, thanks. It's nice to meet you too.
Alright, there's no time to waste. The black mist is already catching up. We need to avoid it and Night Prayer at all costs. We need to reach the next switch before the place gets too dark. If we bring the light back, Night Prayer won't be able to get to us. Sweet, sweet light! It's back! Now that's a sight for sore eyes. Shh! It's Night Prayer. We need to move quick, but don't let her notice you. Look out!
Да. Я, честно сказать, в шоке.
The next switch is over there.
Так, мы почти дошли до финалки. Опа, снег. Ёпта. Ну, хоть дошли.
It's too dark. We're not gonna make it. Come on. Traveler! I won't let you die like this. Not on my watch.
Even though it's not permanent, dying is definitely not a pleasant experience.
Great. You're back.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Time for you to get out of here.
What about you? You're not coming with me?
I can't. I've already been used up. A guardian spirit's skills are finite. I can only resurrect someone so many times. I might not look any different, but my essence has been exhausted. I can go no further. The black mist is where I belong.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Because it wouldn't have changed anything. That knowledge would have just burdened you.
But...
Go. Now, before it's too late.
Так. Что, сейчас помрет водяница, получается? Умирают люди, продолжают умирать. Валера помер, водяница померла.
Well, I guess there's no need to inspect the body.
Wasn't supposed to happen. You lied to us, didn't you, Chuganov? You've been lying from the start.
Take a long, hard look at yourself before you go around accusing other people. I suspected you on day one, Lelik, and now look where we are. By some strange coincidence, you've never been targeted. And you, little hunter, ever so content with staying on the sidelines. Yet, you were the one who stopped us from leaving from the start!
Now you're just lashing out indiscriminately. That's either a sign of anxiety or a guilty conscience. Where was all this passion and bravado before? Decided to fight until the bitter end. Is that
a threat? Fine, bring it on! You think I'm afraid to die after all this? You want to kill me? Go ahead! I'd like to see you try.
Лютик пришел. Иди сюда, жердяй.
After all the trauma of the past few days, everyone's been pushed to the breaking point. Valeria and Nietzsche aren't here anymore. But first, I need to think this through. I clearly remember Mr. Chuganov from the first time I visited the theater. Of those who remain,
Лютик, да что ж ты
the only
делаешь?
person we've never met before is Tonya. Their it people are easily misled by first impressions. Now that I think about it, Mr. Chuganov vouched. Tonya, how's Tusser been lately?
Tusser?
Your brother Ajax must have mentioned me in his letters home, right? Did he say anything about a blonde?
No. And my brother's name is Razik, not Ajax.
Chuganov, looks like it's your turn to do some explaining. Yesterday you said you could vouch for Tonya.
I knew you were behind this, Chuganov. You've been lying through your teeth from the start. Everything about you is fake. Down to the wife and daughter you're always talking about. That night, when I infiltrated your place as Lelik, I noticed you were home alone. Didn't think much of it at the time, but thinking back on it now, that doesn't seem very likely.
Even that was a lie? But why would he lie about how—
Curses! Oh, why is there no end to this blasted snowstorm? If it would just stop!
I think I remember now. I know how I ended up here. The reason I'm always coughing is because I got sick with frostbite. The locals usually call it the snow cough. It's not a very common illness. It's partly genetic and partly caused by the cold climate, but it can be fatal. They sent me to the hospital as soon as they found out I had it. After a while, I felt myself growing weaker and weaker. Nothing seemed to be working anymore. So one day, I told my brother that I wanted him to take me outside for once, so things could be like they used to, just for one day. He agreed. He snuck me out of the hospital. We got to the theater, bought tickets, and went inside. Oh, it was all so exciting. I remember the show very clearly.
Oh, Tonya.
When I woke up, I couldn't find my brother anywhere. But there's no way he'd leave me behind. So I decided to stay here and wait for him. At the time, I figured he'd probably gone to brew some more
Tonya, it sounds like by then...
Yeah, I know. I understand now. Dead,
Тоня не
aren't I?
настоящая, походу.
His cough and...
Призрак.
After all of that, it turns out I can't blame my brother after all. I'm sorry, everyone. I realized this much too late. It seems like death skewed my perception.
Your name probably isn't even Tonya, is it? Didn't that ever strike you as odd over the last few days?
Well, when I was little, my brother and I read a storybook, and Tonya is the name of... When we escaped from the hospital, our family and the hospital security were looking everywhere for us. So when you first approached me and said my brother had sent you, I thought he must have chosen a fake name that only the two of us would know. Because he was afraid of getting caught.
At least your memory of death isn't painful. That is a small comfort. Now it's your turn, Chuganov. Talk to us. I believe no lie is ever told without a reason.
You're right. I was lying. I happened, and yes, the truth of the matter is, I lost them. My daughter's name was Iskra. And before you ask, yes, she also died from the snow cough. She was just 6 years old after Iskra passed. My wife couldn't bear it. One day when I came home from work and saw the empty room, I felt like I soon discovered that this was the only thing that made me feel...
Nothing more than a pathetic means of escapism, I know. But at least it's not a crime. So explain your false testimony then.
The night before last, when I was chatting with Tonya, she mentioned that her brother would brew medicine for her from frost. Combined with her various symptoms, I suddenly understood everything. The snow cough used to be an incurable illness. I would pick frost fairy flower leaves to brew medicine for Iskra too. But the year after my daughter passed away, the jester of the Fatui announced that a cure for frost blight, also known as the snow cough, it turned out that all previous treatments were completely ineffective. That was the final straw for me. I just couldn't take it anymore. So, more than anyone, I know full well that in this day and age, no one in their right... Poor Miss Tonya, therefore, had to have been from an era when snow cough was still a terminal illness.
So, you projected your daughter onto her? Even though you knew she was one of...
That doesn't make any sense. You knew she was already dead.
I just don't believe in your crap. How can you just declare a living person dead and throw them out into that snowstorm? Nitya's gone. My good buddy Shram's gone. And now it's Tonya's turn. The others I can make my peace with. But little Miss Tonya, here she is, standing right in front of us. I just want her to live. Once this snowstorm is over, the very moment it stops, I'm going to march out that door and find someone who can fetch the very best. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you cast her out into the snowstorm. Not again! Not this time! Not when the cure is right within our grasp!
Mr. Chuganov, stop.
Tonya?
By the sounds of it, you've known I was dead since the... I really liked Mr. Valeri, Mr. Mitya, and Miss Vod. I'm not happy about that. The reality is, you've been trying to fight your own...
No! Listen to me.
Well, at this point, I'm quite sure that I'm dead. I don't... Despite all the bad things that kept happening, I got to meet so many interesting people and spend so many days and nights by your side. Since the day I escaped that hospital until now, this has been an adventure I never even dared to... I'm very fond of you all. If it were only possible, I'd trade... And that's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chuganov. It's them that you owe an apology to, sir. Well then, I suppose this is it.
You're leaving already? It's still early.
No thank you. Oh, my name is Patashka. It was nice meeting you all. Feels strange that we're only being properly in-
Patashka?
What are you doing, Chuganov? Are you crazy?
Let me leave.
In your dreams. Don't think you're getting off that easy when you had a hand in the deaths of so many people. The Fatui have honed quite an array of enhanced interrogation techniques since they were founded. I think we should leave. I doubt this snowstorm is ever going to stop. For all we know, this storm might have destroyed all of
Wait, we finally solved the mystery of the haunted theater today.
Fair enough. I don't particularly feel like dying
and yet you won't let me die first.
Hey, Chuganov, on a serious note, if we do make it out of here...
Is this really the time to be discussing my factory? All right, fine.
Am I hearing things? There it is again. But I don't understand. The snow...
Should we open the door?
Is this it? If the last few days are anything to go by, whatever lies beyond that door at this moment.
Так, кто там пришел? Митя, блядь, вернулся.
Hey everyone.
How are you doing? Feeling any better?
Much better, thanks. Whew, it is so good to have you guys here. I was a little worried that the theater would be empty. Let me see. Tonya and Vodyanitsa are missing, which means Vodyanitsa died last night. And then you discovered that Tonya was the other dead person.
Not Tonya. Patashka.
First, tell us how you made it back here. Given the conditions outside, no one should be able to return alive.
You're right. The thing that got me back safely was a song. I heard someone singing. After walking into the snowstorm, my mind grew hazy. I don't know how long I walked through the storm before my mind completely slipped away. Then, suddenly, I heard the sound of singing. The voice instantly brought me back to my senses, and I regained consciousness. So I followed the voice, searching for the source of the singing. I searched and searched, until finally, just a few moments ago.
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It means something like, "May those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night."
That must have been Vodyanitsa's Requiem. Who knew it actually worked?
That song is meant to guide the souls of the dead. Mitya.
Huh. No kidding. When I first stepped out of the theater, I was still quite lucid. My memory of it is still pretty intact. I remember the outside world being completely different than what I'd expected. It was like this was a world where only the snowstorm existed. I don't know how else to describe it, except to say that it just didn't seem like the real world. And as for the Requiem, if I was guided here by Vodyanitsa's song, it can only mean that I must already be dead. But I didn't experience a clear moment of death while I was out there. Nor do I feel any different now than before I walked into the snowstorm.
You don't seem any different to me either. In fact, this is something I've been wondering about for a while. Both Shram and Patashka were clearly deceased, and yet their souls didn't look or feel like ghosts at all.
This raises a truly terrible thought. Nietzsche said, the outside is a world where only the snowstorm exists. The Requiem calls to the souls of the dead. Dreams can't explain. Nietzsche's soul was summoned back by the Requiem. Of course, if even the long deceased like Mr. Shramp, then maybe we've all been dead from the very start.
Все мертвы?
Yes. I think that this is probably the afterlife.
Загробный мир. Чё?
What did you say?
You heard me. We died in the theater. All of us did. But due to an obstruction in the theater's ley lines, our souls are trapped here, while an endless, infinite snowstorm rages outside. It's ironic, really. All that time, we were working so hard to figure out who the deceased among us were, when the truth was, we were all deceased. Do you remember that note, "Death is near"? Seems like we misunderstood what it meant. Death was nearer than we wanted to think all along. The note simply meant that all of us were already dead.
So all our attempts to survive, our search for the deceased.
Hard to say. At the very least, we helped two lost souls find clarity and go to where they belong. The presence of those two is probably what caused our souls to be drawn in by the ley lines. In which case, the deaths we've awoken to over the past few days were just souls returning to the ley line.
If what you're saying is true, doesn't that make us the lost souls now? Huh, no wonder. This afternoon, when I was moving Vodyanitsa's body.
That's further proof that those aren't physical bodies at all, but merely our shells here in the afterlife.
Am I really dead? No, that's impossible.
I still find it hard to believe that all of us are dead. How exactly did we die in the real world?
Not even knowing how we died is preposterous.
Exactly. It's hard to rest in peace when you don't even know how you died. It gave me lots to think about as I strode out into the snowstorm. I racked my brains trying to remember the cause of my death, the exact moment I died. Wait. Hold on. Right before I lost consciousness, I think I saw something. I can't remember. And I think I lost my notebook and pen.
Mitya, your hand. Is that blood on your fingers?
Huh? You're right. There's blood on the fingertips of my right hand. Looks like it's already dried. When did that happen? What the? I guess this was what I saw. I must have desperately drawn it in my own blood right before losing consciousness. What's wrong? Do you recognize the symbol?
It's Renova, the ruler of death. Alosha, do you still remember that Snezhnayan folktale you told me about? It was about the Grim Reaper. When someone's about to die, he appears as an incarnation of someone and as soon as you recognize his face, your life is over.
I heard a similar tale when I was little. You think the Grim Reaper in this story refers to...
That's right. In which case, death is near could also mean that the...
Death, the deceased, and the Grim Reaper? When I first saw this note, I thought it contradicted the investigation report. But now it seems like that was the whole intention.
So the Grim Reaper deliberately misled us. Then we started suspecting each other and...
By that logic, the one person... Identifying the Grim Reaper is a major decision to make. Identifying the Grim... No doubt about it. Looking back at how everyone has acted over the past few days. Oh. Is it you, Alosha? You were the first to discover the investigation report. and you had plenty of time to slip the note inside to...
So? Surely you can't suspect me based on that alone. What if someone else found the investigation report first, slipped the note inside, and then put it back without telling anyone?
There's no denying it. The note could easily have been slipped in much earlier than it was.
That's not all. I've also noticed that, although on the surface, Valeri, Mitya, and sometimes... Looking back now, even though you didn't say much, you were always...
What do you mean?
You were the one who emphasized how dangerous it was outside and insisted we all stay here. It was also you who suggested that we all sleep in the same place.
Алёша, смерть. Тут вообще происходит что-то непонятное вообще.
And earlier today, you tried to convince Petashka to stay. I don't understand why, but it was out of character.
So, you didn't understand my intentions, and now you're assuming the worst. Seems...
He still won't admit it? Fine.
The biggest question I have right now is, if the Grim Reaper is
No.
Так.
No.
Ничего мы не знаем.
That's right. This was the moment. Right at the start, before any victims had even emerged, Alosha was switched with the ruler of death while When all this began, right after the performance ended and the snowstorm began to pick up, no one suspected anything unusual. It wasn't until we discovered the bodies the morning after that we realized something out of the ordinary was going on. But it's clear now that the oddities actually started earlier than that, when Dimov walked into the snowstorm and never came back.
Right. So Mr. Dimov was the first victim.
And if we pinpoint that moment as the beginning of this incident, Alosha, you are the only person who walked into the snowstorm and came back without the help of Vojanitsa's Requiem.
More precisely, Alosha never came back at all. The one who came back was the Grim Reaper.
Not bad. Well, since you've backed me into a corner, I suppose there's no point in keeping up the act anymore.
Alosha?
You're the Grim Reaper?
I am no such tired cliché. Mortals should address me as the ruler of death. Before being wiped out for good, you identified the two deceased, and even sensed my presence. A commendable achievement.
I heard you can ferry souls. Those deaths each night. Were they your doing?
Your initial conclusion was correct. Due to the existence of the two deceased, the ley lines yearned to reclaim those long-lost souls. Every night they devoured an equal number of souls to fill the void. This required no intervention from me. Here, take a look.
What are you doing?
That takes care of today's two. Don't get so worked up. You are already dead, and your souls must return to the ley lines.
I know we're already dead. You murdered us, didn't you?
Murdered? No. Murder is when mortals usurp my authority. Death is my jurisdiction. If I require someone to die, you simply met the criteria to trigger my curse of death.
I know about the curse of immortality. So there's another death-related curse too? You cursed us? When? And why would you do such a thing?
So often, humans pray to me, begging to know when their death will come, and what form it will take. But few people ask why. If you must have an answer, know that death comes simply because one's time has come.
So you're not gonna tell us the truth?
Hold your tongue. By all rights, you shouldn't even be allowed to speak. Those angels from the past are to blame for the reckless renovation of the ley lines here. It's made my work on this occasion infuriatingly complicated.
Work? So trapping us here, making us watch our friends die, that's just another day at work for you?
You clearly have a lot of questions. Fine. As a reward for your remarkable accomplishments over the past, after the physical body dies, the soul must return to the ley lines for that person's death. My work encompasses the entire process of death, including, naturally, the guiding of souls into the ley lines, with which you are now so familiar. You must also be rather familiar with Natlan's Night Kingdom, I presume? It was I who supported the creation of the Night Kingdom. It provided a convenient means of guiding the souls. Here, too, the ley lines connected to the theater underwent some modifications. The angels hoped to make them capable of accommodating the soul, but this actually hindered their ability to accept ordinary souls to some degree. This effect manifested itself after you died from the curse in the theater, leaving you stranded in the afterlife, unable to achieve a complete death. But if souls who die from the curse of death fail to return to the ley lines within a short window of time, then they will remain forever suspended between life and death, no longer subject to the authorities of either.
So if you don't resolve this matter soon, and see all our souls return to the ley lines before long...
Mitya is sharp. This must be what Renova was worried might happen. But if you have the authority to guide souls, why didn't you just show yourself and get it over with? What?
You seek to understand the mind of a god? Very well. This is a theater, and I decided I wanted to watch a show about death. That's why I encouraged you to take the events to the stage. I found myself getting quite immersed. I suppose the entertainment you provided makes up for all the trouble you've caused me by being so defiant in the face of death. There.
Can't say I am.
Really? But it fits the stereotypes you humans have about gods.
Just moments ago, you were complaining about how infuriatingly complicated your work here has been. Work is work, I get it. There are times when it's a huge pain, but you...
That's a rather unique perspective for a human. You are in fact correct. There is a pain point in this case. Due to the obstruction in the theater's ley lines, there is a hard limit on the number of souls they can receive each day. Revealing my identity too soon would inevitably have led to futile resistance. And there was a risk that any souls who chose... Then there was the issue of the two lost souls you called the deceased. The way you resolved that quandary was all part of my design.
That's what I don't understand. If all of us were souls of the dead, what made their presence among us special?
For centuries, they have refused to return to the ley lines, exploiting the issues created by the angel civilization to resist being drawn in. Centuries of obsession accumulated during this process. You may think of this obsession as the resentment of the dead, and in this quantity, it was a bomb that could have detonated at any... It reached the point where I could not afford to leave it unchecked. But the only way to fix it was to help them acknowledge their own deaths. Only then, with my guidance, could they finally return to the ley lines. Otherwise, you would not like to know.
I vaguely remember seeing Patashka, but in the most terrifying form.
I see your dreams brought you many revelations. So you see, death in fact grants wisdom to mortals. Souls connect to all things in the world. Anyway, giving psychological counseling to lost souls is not my strong suit. That is more of an angel's role. It was something I could not resolve directly using my authority, so I decided it was easier to leave the... Meanwhile, of course, their presence caused the souls of other members of your party to return to the ley lines each night. As both issues slowly resolved one another without me having to lift a finger, all I had to do was stay close by and keep the situation under control. And, of course, while I was at it, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this.
Sounds like you had it all figured out, Grim Reaper. I just did the math. You said there's a hard limit to the number of souls the ley lines here can receive each day.
That much is obvious, even to a fool.
It's time to review this whole affair. If the ley line... Looking back now, none of us had the faintest idea at the time. From the moment the staff member named Dimov walked into the snowstorm, the incident had already begun.
Его здесь нет. Дымова тут нет. Его же здесь нет.
No. No. Let me go. No. Let me go. Alosha was the second to walk into the snowstorm after Dimov. During this process, the ruler of death.
Тьфу ты, блядь, как
During our
сложно.
first night in the theater, everyone was caught up in the novelty of it all. No one could have expected there would be victims the very next morning. Despite all the confusion, and with the help of hindsight, we finally began to realize that something was amiss with the snowstorm.
Так, второй день померло вот это. И вот это.
The ley lines devoured Torgov and Sobolova on the first night. Odette and I spoke a lot that night.
День.
3 people were on watch. But in the
Померли
morning,
работники театра.
we discovered that someone had fallen victim all the same.
Ты. И ты.
The deaths of Kulish and Ranpana caused everyone to stop suspecting unexplainable phenomena occurred one after.
Так, 4-й день. Тоже двое померло.
Later, we discovered that there seemed to be an extra person among us, and subsequently discovered the existence of the deceased.
Так, получается ты и Валерий.
Mr. Schramm realized he... We thought it was all over, but Mr. Valeri's death was a rude awakening for everyone. A lot happened today. Mr. Valeri's death...
День 5.
The fact that there was more than one deceased seemed to bring us back to square one. Odette revealed some information she had been keeping to herself.
Так. Получается... Водяница.
Vodyanitsa was swallowed by...
И Тоня.
As it happened, Patashka, the girl I thought was... Come to think of it, Patashka and Renova, unaware that Mitya would return, was concerned that her soul would overflow from the ley lines. Looking back, I suppose that was an... No one could have expected anyone who walked into the snowstorm to return. But just after nightfall, Mitya returned, bringing crucial information with him. Various truths began to surface, including that all of us were already dead, and that the ruler of death was here among us. Then, after revealing her true form, Renova callously claimed 2 souls.
Так, получается тебя и тебя.
In fact, everyone was already dead by the time we took the photo. Now, only Mitya and I remain. and the true culprit. That covers everything.
Your work isn't finished here yet, is it?
The water imp's song threw things off a little, but it is of no consequence. The ley lines have already anchored your soul, and the first ray of light tomorrow morning will take you back.
So the reunion in the night that Vojanitsa mentioned, I suppose that was never meant to be a permanent...
That just leaves you, traveler. My power only allows me to temporarily separate your soul from your body, and your soul is firmly anchored to your body by your will, for a descender like you, who is not bound by Tevat's rules. Your death can only be brought through the most violent. I have no interest in involving myself with descenders. For now. Although, this may change if Asmodee remains missing. Are you in—
One last question then. All our struggles and sacrifice—
Death abides no reason. Besides, what you call sacrifice is merely a concept created to me. It is nothing more than a self-indulgent charade in the face of death.
Grim Reaper, you really know how to get on my nerves.
I'm not here to ingratiate myself with you. I kill merely because your deaths are necessary.
Oh, you've made that quite clear. But humans don't take well to being scorned. Not even by the gods.
This is futile. You must know that you are powerless against me in my own domain. I suggest that you save your strength.
For what? Maybe we can't change it. But if nothing else, we can at least teach you to have some respect for the dead.
Audacious.
ГГшка хоть кого-то ебанула впервые. Капец, мы выбрались, прикинь. Мы все живы. Охренеть.
How are you holding up, Odette?
What happened to me?
How much do you remember?
What do you mean? Is the performance over?
Has Odette already forgotten? did you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I spaced out there for...
Don't you remember?
Yeah, I remember now, comrade. Looks like we guessed right. Just like me when Odette found me at the Armory Palace, for some reason, everyone killed by the ruler of death eventually came back to life. Just with one catch. They forgot what happened while...
Odette and the others have already forgotten everything.
Could this be the reason? You said this is the ruler of death's symbol, right?
I don't see anything.
You don't? Huh. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Does that mean I carved this symbol into my soul? What about you, though? The ruler of death mentioned that you're a descender?
A full explanation would get complicated very quickly, but...
Well then, now that it's all over, let's figure out what we've learned. The first thing I notice is that everything here is precisely as we left it, right before our deaths. This confirms that time passes differently in the...
They say that right before death, time slows down and your whole life flashes before your eyes.
That must be how you know you have one foot in the afterlife by that point. Anyway, clearly the few days we spent in the afterlife probably only amounted to a few short minutes in... This also aligns with previous reports of widespread temporary memory loss among the Armory Palace personnel. Now it seems likely that to those unaware of the truth, dying and coming back to life must feel similar to a short bout of catatonia. This leaves me with a couple big questions. What are the conditions that trigger this so-called curse of death? And why are we resurrected after we die?
If nothing else, I think it shows that killing us wasn't her ultimate goal. We still don't know her true reasons for subjecting us to...
Right. This time only got complicated because of the situation with the theater's ley lines. That's why she had to approach it differently. If the previous incidents of amnesia among the... Come to think of it, wasn't I about to note something down before I can't remember what it was, but I think... sorry, Traveler. I'll catch up with you again later. Right now...
Ma'am, if I may, no one of your description has ever shown up in my investigations into Mr. Mitya's friends. Yet, you two seem very familiar with each other. Could you perhaps tell me where he was in such a rush to get... And, by the way, have we ever crossed paths? Forgive the presumption.
I can explain everything. Could you help me gather everyone?
Да, вот это, конечно, поворот вообще. Я в шоке. Я в шоке.
So, Chuganov really is going to shut down the factory. I guess this theater incident actually did us some good. So, you said I promised to take you to the Armory Palace while we were in the afterlife, yes? I believe agreed. Let's check in on her first. The whole reason for our trip to the Armory Palace anyway is to figure out what's going on with her health.
Так, забираем награды, забираем ачивочки. Ой, раз, ой, два, ой, три, ой, четыре, ой, пять, ой, шесть. А еще есть? Все. Как забрать эту штуку? Ты что-то без понятия, как забрать. Так, ладно, отправляемся к Пайман. Столько затянутое задание, но, блин, безумно интересно. Оторваться вообще невозможно, потому что прям вообще происходят страшные перипетии.
I'm finally back. Even though a long time has passed from, I should keep my emotions in check when I see Paimon again.
Wait. The atmosphere here feels off. Shh. Stay quiet.
Так, опять
Have we
что-то
still not been
происходит.
able to notify Child yet? We need new orders. I'm so sorry.
Tell me, what happened to Paimon?
It was the Jester. He came here in person and escorted Miss Paimon away. He's the director of the Fatui. His authority supersedes all others and cannot be questioned.
How long ago did he leave? And what—
It was about an hour ago. Miss Paimon was fast asleep at the time. The Jester simply walked off with her as if it was only—
Do you know where they went?
The Armory Palace, most likely. Lord Piero, the Jester, has been over— I'm surprised he came in person. Whatever his reason for taking Paimon, he'll
Then lead the way, Odette.
Okay, let's go.
Пьеро забрал Паймон. Шут, ты что там? С ума сошел?
It's just up ahead. Quick, let's get inside.
No, I'll go alone. You know I'm planning to force my way in. You're with the Fatui.
I was hardly planning on taking you through the official channels I may be a Fatus, but I'm also Lelek. And if Paimon's safety is paramount right now. With me around, you'll have an extra pair of hands. There might be devices inside that are easier.
If you say so.
Let's go. There's no time.
Побежали. Ой, дали одетту пробную. Как раз рядом с Андроной. О, ребят, ну сейчас вам пизды дадим.
Hey, who are you? This part of the Armory Palace is
Сорян, ребятки.
What do you think you're doing?
No questions, please. We're short on time.
200 тысяч? Да ладно.
Right now, I think not. Let's test my hypothesis.
Баба на. Все.
Come on,
Как быстро с вами разобрались.
pick up the pace.
Ничтожество. А вы живые? Нет, не живые. А эти живые. О! Элитные ребята.
A brief breath. Emerge. Right now, opening box of Adeptitrix. Box of the snowflakes. Together.
Here.
Your sins demands you. What a joke. The mirror shatters.
Входим в оружейную палату. Так, опять враги.
Right here. Right here.
Where are you coming from?
Да, у меня есть пропуск.
Intruders, huh?
Как говорится, предъявляю.
The Armory Palace is hidden this deep in? This place is much bigger than I imagined.
They're conducting top-secret research, after all. The deeper it's hidden, the better, is standard Fatui logic.
The style doesn't really look like the Fatui's handiwork, though.
They must have requisitioned some structures from a past civilization.
Intruders! Stay alert!
Witness the snow swan's grace.
Да, мощная она, конечно. Ой, сундук, это хорошо. Большой дядя.
Intruders? Don't come any.
Just what are you guys trying to do here?
Short words,
Что вы здесь делаете? Гость пришел.
Opening box of Adeptitrix. Let's begin.
Mission couldn't over.
How tiresome. A spot of tea-time entertainment.
No one interferes with the jester's work.
Сундук большой. Беру. Так. Так, войти.
Pick up the pace.
Looks like no one's guarding this place.
There's something off about that decoration over there. Look out!
Let's deal with these before we move on.
Ни хрена.
Take a break.
А куда пойти? Чего? Чё это он сквозь текстуру стреляет? Что за фигня? Эй, щит. Войти в оружейную палату. Отпустите! Я уже у двери. Может, его сломать надо?
I think not. Emerge.
Реально сломать. Хоть бы сказали, что ли. Сломать надо. Я что, по-вашему, читать умею мысли?
Crystalline Adagio.
Господи, так пишите, что надо их уничтожить. Я чё, блин, гадать по вашему дому? Это ж непонятно, нигде ж не написано об этом. Сундук-то я возьму.
The researchers here probably don't know that we're uninvited guests. Let's try not to hurt them.
What's the big star from the theater doing here?
That's Miss Odette. She's a mep.
Was the whole reason for Project Stuja to support the research here at the Armory Palace? Just what are the Fatui and the Tsaritsa planning?
Take a break. Pick up the pace.
Whoa! Who are you? Never seen you around here before.
Looks like there's no way through here.
Maybe using the power of this prism could help?
Где призма? А. Ебать, как же так?
I think I see some images.
It's the prism's power at play, causing images of the past to reappear, albeit only as...
Paimon and the Jester? Is this another scene from the past?
Yes. It looks quite old, though. I don't think it happened in the recent past.
What's going on here? What happened?
The source seems to be the Armory Palace. They must have started some large-scale experiment.
Wait, what if this has something to do with Paimon? We need to hurry!
Прям бабахи такие хорошие. Где? Ага.
We're almost there. The Armory Palace is just up ahead.
Paimon, please be okay.
Ой, как вас много.
Right here. Such defiance.
Лютик, ну ты что делаешь? Блин, лютый. Черт, как же не вовремя ты пришел. Блять. Да не терись ты об микрофон. Так.
going on? Wait, I remember this feeling. It's the curse of death. No, no, not now. Odette?
Чё, опять померли? Да что ж такое?
Is this the afterlife again? I need to find a way back to reality. Is that Odette's core Ignis?
Смотри, какие глаза. Сейчас был спринт, а его нет. Так, мы вернулись, я так понимаю.
Odette! Odette! No signs of life, but past experience says that she should be resurrected before. Did Odette intentionally use her core Ignis to guide my soul? I feel like something. Thank you, Odette. If not for you, my soul wouldn't, but I'm sorry. I don't have time to protect you.
Так, побежали. Лютик, ну не надо лезть сюда. Ну чё ты издеваешься? Потом. Лютыня.
Sure enough, everyone here. Paimon! Paimon! No, wait. Paimon probably didn't escape Renova's curse either. She won't be able to respond to me right now. I'll have to find her myself.
Так, спускаемся вниз. Так. Сейчас чихну скоро.
Mitya! Is this the laboratory he works in? What happened here to trigger the curse of death again so soon? I'll have to ask him when he wakes up. Finding Paimon has to take priority now.
Туда идти, что ли? А вот и Paimon.
Found her! Paimon really is here!
Нет ответа. Значит, последний, самый дальний, конечно. Ну вот и она появилась. Повелительница смерти, боже ж ты мой.
You don't learn, do you? You've already been involved in one mass death, and now you show up at the scene of another. This might have passed for a coincidence the first time, but a second time? Am I to assume you are intentionally interfering in Snezhnaya's affairs? Judging by your expression, it seems that you understand little of what is going on here. In that case, a word to the wise. Do not interfere in Snezhnaya's a civilization that fails to learn its lesson constantly depletes its own worth. It will one day lose any reason for its existence, and as a descender, you are perfectly suited to be the lifeline to which a dying civilization might desperately cling. Consider your position carefully.
No advice needed. I'll make my own judgments.
Suit yourself. When the day of reckoning arrives, not even a descender can hope to escape unscathed. The time for resurrection fast approaches. The mortals here... That thing is coming with me.
Опа!
You awoke sooner than I thought. The curse of immortality is stubborn, unable to enter the ley lines, yet not content to remain a spirit.
Ruler of death, what do you want?
You perplex me. Both you and you. That thing may be a creation of Celestia, but it possesses none of Celestia's power, let alone authority. Your obsession with it baffles me. No matter, the resurrection will soon begin. It's worthless anyway. I'll reclaim it next time.
Hey, who says there'll be a next time?
Ушла. Но она сражалась достойно.
I missed you.
What are you talking about? We haven't even been apart for that long.
It was different this time. You seem to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, Paimon's back in tip-top condition. It's the weirdest thing. The Jester and that guy talking to him used some kind of energy on Paimon. And she could kind of feel it canceling out that other thing that was making her feel unwell.
So, Mitya helped too?
Apologies for leaving in such a hurry at the theater earlier. I was in a rush to verify some theories. Rest assured that your companion is perfectly safe. We reversed the effects that the experimental energy had on her. The Jester specifically instructed me to do so.
I suppose this is our first official meeting, Traveler. I could not let Paimon suffer in her condition for a moment longer, and so I simply took her without explanation.
But why would a big shot like you care about what happens to Paimon?
As I said when you first arrived in Snezhnaya, we once spent some time together.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. Paimon did think you seemed strangely familiar the first—
I'm afraid the reminiscing will have to wait. Mitya, let us continue with the report. What conclusions, if any, did you—
The good news is, my hypothesis regarding the Ruler of Death has been verified. As for the bad news, I recommend we suspend the experiments and Project Mistleton until further notice. Currently, we have no means with which to make a breakthrough.
I will trust your judgment. We shall put the project on hold until the Ruler of Death has been eliminated.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? You want to get rid of Renova?
By whatever means necessary, so long as it removes the threat she poses to us. Until then, everything we do will be in vain. After what just happened, I've ascertained Renova's goal. Or rather, the trigger condition for the Curse of Death.
Okay, let's hear it.
What she's doing is blocking Snezhnaya's technological progress, preventing us from possessing any means with which to threaten the heavenly principles.
Just like the little lapdog she is.
So, any ideas, research, or experiments that lead to technological progress can trigger the curse. Just now, for instance, I was set to launch a final phase energy experiment ahead of schedule. If the experiment was successful, we could have achieved a crucial breakthrough. As expected, though, the moment the experiment began, all the researchers, technicians, and witnesses died from the curse. All that effort, not to mention the energy and materials we relied on Project Stuja to gather for us, went to waste.
Does that mean something similar happened when we were at the theater?
That's right. During the performance, I thought of an important breakthrough regarding the experiment, and wound up dragging everyone into this. So the nature of the curse seems to be something like— when moments of technological progress occur, all life in the vicinity is taken away.
What a violent method.
Of course, that meant the curse was normally limited to the Armory Palace. Since outsiders are forbidden from entering, this mass death phenomenon went unnoticed. Until Odette came along. I believe she was the first witness. The Curse of Death was triggered just before she infiltrated the Armory Palace that day.
But you mentioned something about a final stage experiment.
That's right. Even with the gods locking certain key components out of reach, humanity can still advance technology in incremental steps accumulated over time. But, as I'm sure Renova anticipated, even incremental progress has its limits. A point where the truth you're seeking must be put to the test in an experiment.
You mean the experiment you were just about to do?
Yes. We were at a critical juncture, a moment where the quantitative was about to translate into fundamental qualitative change. With this single experiment, we could have but now, after already being forced to fumble around in the dark all this time, it feels like we've truly hit an impenetrable wall. As long as Renova's Curse of Death persists, we won't be able to advance the experiment or obtain any results.
And with Project Stuja having been in effect all this time, at our nation's current strength, repeated trial and error is simply unsustainable. Only by eliminating Renova first will it be possible to continue advancing our plans.
But she's the Ruler of Death! She can just kill whoever she wants, right? That's gotta be the scariest power ever!
We'll see. But one thing's for sure. She definitely can't just do whatever she wants. The best proof of that is me.
You're saying—
Wouldn't it be easier to just kill all of us researchers for good? Why resurrect us over and over again?
So, you're saying even the Ruler of Death has limitations?
Exactly. And I think that's where the key to our breakthrough lies.
Regardless, the ruler of death has always been an obstacle we must overcome. Indeed, our goal is the heavenly principles.
The Fatui want to challenge the heavenly principles?
For a long time, I've had a vague suspicion the Fatui and the Tsaritsa were targeting the heavenly prince, but hearing the jester admit it is still a shock. No wonder the Tsaritsa's goal.
In that case... Lord Jester, I would like to...
Granted. Get some rest, put the experiment out of your mind, and take care that the curse of death doesn't affect any...
Пьеро какой-то высокий.
While there is yet time, allow me to offer you my hospitality.
I remember hearing the term Mistelton from Columbina.
Yeah! Paimon wanted to ask about that when the name came up just now.
As you know, Project Stuja is a series of measures enacted to consolidate our nation's resources, the greater purpose of which many of the things you have encountered thus far are essentially. This includes the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau in Notri. Researching Kuvaki...
And that's a weapon built for the final battle against...
Huh? How did you know that?
I was given some intel, and I made some deductions.
Wait. You must mean that thing over there. Oh, Paimon's gotta take a closer look at this thing.
Kuvaki alone will not break through Celestia's defenses, let alone challenge the heavenly. The heavenly principles are no doubt accustomed to combating the power of the light realm, and elemental energy is simply the power of the human realm, converted to that. For now, therefore, we have set our sights on the form of energy associated with the third descender and the stellar linchpins. You could say that by reverse engineering the stellar linchpins to extract the energy within, we have obtained
The Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau, Project Stuja, and the new... And it looks like your plan is almost complete.
Her Majesty the Tsaritsa has embarked upon an expedition to vanquish a monster.
Seems like the powers that be in Snezhnaya don't intend to...
The Harbingers have been granted significant autonomy in retrieving the Gnosis. But by the same token, they...
You read my mind.
Speaking of the Gnosis, Paimon's been dying to ask this question since forever.
The Gnosis will undoubtedly serve as a key bargaining chip when she confronts the heavenly principles. Beyond that, you had best...
What do you mean? Not sure.
Taking on the heavenly principles is something most people wouldn't...
Into that today. Civilization is nothing but our civilization may very well be destroyed in the struggle, but as things stand, the heavenly only by changing the state of affairs, only by overthrowing the heaven. Otherwise, the fate of the people of Conria and Hyperborea.
Accepting potential destruction?
Furthermore, perhaps this is still somewhat...
Huh? All of them? Paimon knows about the curse of death you mentioned.
Then, the birth of the Hilly Churls, the rules of Natlan's Ode of Resurrection, those are curses too?
Yes. Even a god's love for humanity is a curse the heavenly principles inflicted upon the...
What?
The Tsaritsa has always had ample reason to hate them. If she can seize their authority, she will reconstruct the entire world, and when that time, look forward to it. It will be a world beyond you. Though the ordinary people of Snezhnaya may not understand these details, in this frigid land, we all believe that standing in solidarity with the Tsari...
Paimon really doesn't remember. He's basically a stranger.
Allow me to explain. The reason Paimon reacted to the anti-Celestia is because she comes from Celestia herself.
Ну что ж, Паймон создание Селестии. Мы наконец-то это подтвердили.
Paimon? A creation of Celestia?
Oh, right. I was blinded by anger earlier, but thinking back on it, Renova also—
As you know, the lunar fragments and Nod Cry were pulled down from the sky using Fatui technology. But the first application of this technology was in Conria. Oh, I used this technology upon the heavens, and the response I received, I presented her to the Vinster King. But he took no interest in this gift, nor did it satisfy him. Paimon then took up temporary residence in my palace until—
Wait, Paimon's a little confused. You're talking about things that happened in Conria, but Paimon doesn't remember any of that.
Having lived through the cataclysm, perhaps you too were burdened with some manner of curse.
Паймон была в Конриархе.
Losing your memories
точно
would indeed
500
be the
лет, как
smallest
минимум.
price I've ever seen paid.
It's not just her memories from Conria. Paimon doesn't even know how she spent the last 500 years. What was Paimon like back in Conria? Did she know a whole lot?
Unfortunately, when you arrived in Conria, your consciousness was like that of a newborn infant. During the time you lived in Conria, your personality was no different from how it is now.
Aw, man! Paimon's planned to get her memories back and become super smart, you know? Even though Paimon lost her memories, she still feels weirdly close to you for some reason.
On the contrary, I completely ignored your existence. I was entirely focused on my struggle, but now, as I see it, it is as if you are the only sane thing that survived that era of insanity.
Noted. Man, Paimon's gotta stop but, Traveler? Even though you know Paimon's some creation of Celestia now, oh, phew, that's a relief.
Thank you for telling me so much. I'm a bit surprised, honestly.
Given the circumstances, the Fatui need not hide anything from—
Allies?
To advance Project Mistleton, we must first resolve our issue with the Ruler of Death.
That's right. Ever since she said she intends to reclaim Paimon when we next meet—
Against an opponent of this caliber, deliberating over our allegiances would waste time we do not have.
You're going to challenge the Ruler of Death? Just for Paimon? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, gee.
The Tsaritsa will return in triumph in short order, and the Fatui shall hold internal discussions regarding—
Got it. Thanks for your help with Paimon.
There was just one other thing. Well, it's just a request, really. Of course, Paimon knows it's top secret and stuff, but
Certainly you may.
Oh, for real? Actually—
While the technology is not yet fully developed, it has nevertheless reached the—
Oh. Wow. No wonder Paimon felt so out of sorts
Paimon? You're okay. Thank goodness.
Long story short, yep, Paimon's all better.
That's right. When I woke up, I wanted to go in after you, but the guards had woken up as well. So I returned the way I came, and
it was thanks to you that my soul found its way back to my body so quickly.
Huh. That actually worked? Nice. Really, you should be thanking this thing anyway. And now that things here...
Ah, Director Chuganov, you're back. We just received notice that Project Stu... This is the preliminary plan. In addition to expanding production capacity, we've also discussed feasible layoff plans to optimize Our calculations indicate that the factory's profits will...
That won't be necessary. Leave the energy for those who need it. Whether they use it just to get by or to run a business, that's up to them. Start preparing to halt production and lay off the staff. Make sure the workers are able to land on their feet and that they are duly compensated.
Am I hearing you right? Why?
I just suddenly don't Iskra.
Dear esteemed members of the Rokot, given the effects of Lelek's radical actions upon our organization's reputation and social stability, considering that Lelek did what they did for the benefit of the people, the Rokot has nevertheless negotiated. Lelek will be suspended for a period of time. Depending on their future performance, they may be. The purpose of this notice is to remind everyone once again that even with Project Stooge's suspension and our interim operational victory, we must guard against complacency and we act only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine.
We act only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation.
You mean for us?
Just thinking out loud, I've never seen the Snezhna Gradvecha.
I never once thought I'd come here. But I understand everything now, Rosaline.
I've seen Spirit Seeker performed many times, including by your mother.
Why do you bring that up all of a sudden?
Even though the choreography is always identical,
So you actually want to talk to me about ballet?
I just think it would be a pity if the dance was lost to history. She didn't teach it to you, did she?
That was an unusually subtle taunt for you.
We embraced one another on the snow-swept plains, melting the ruthlessness of time. But when our bodies, in pieces, are cast to the winds, what of our love will remain behind?
Don't tell me you can't sing.
Shush. I understand her hatred. The Fatui robbed her of the life she should have had. I never opposed her dancing. Yet still I became an enemy of her ballet. I'll just keep my distance. Many despise me. I'm used to it.
You're certainly not one to shy away from confrontation. But children, they need a different approach.
I'm hardly the most maternal figure.
Yet, she is a child. In my experience, while a father commands authority, he must still yield to love. You should tell her what you think about her dancing. Odette will soon take the stage at the Koralyevsky Theater. This could be your chance.
Geonosis secured. It went smoothly. I'll be there. Have them send me an invitation.
Sadly, things didn't work out. Her final words are inside that block of ice.
This? Aren't these for monitoring her subordinates?
Not yours. This one isn't her witch's flame, but my two worlds' flames. The two worlds' flames can burn away memories. It was my parting gift to Rosaline.
If all goes to plan, she and I will both live to see the Tsaritsa succeed. I believe she'll find peace. But if anything happens to me, she needn't follow in my footsteps. The cryo energy will fade away in time. Then the two worlds' flames will burn away all memories of the Fatui. She'll be free to dance. She deserves this.
I will handle the aftermath. The choice is yours, child.
Creation of Celestia. She's probably not anyone that important. And like you said, this doesn't have to change anything between us. You're not gonna just...
You've spent the last few days lying in bed and stuffing your face.
Says who? Paimon's as agile as ever. They don't call her White Floaty for nothing. Paimon originally wanted to check out the bookstores in Snezhnograd, but she's more in the mood for... Wait! They've got light novels from Yai Publishing House here too! Huh? And the local Snezhnaya books look pretty interesting too.
I thought you were in the mood for flying or...
Paimon can read while she flies. Hey! Look at these two dolls! Which do you like? Alright! Boss? What?
Oh. I thought we were only getting one...
There you are. Thanks for...
Paimon will grab this
Брюшка, прикинь,
and then...
имя Брюшка.
Huh?
Матрешка.
How many layers does this thing have? And what are you laughing at? A whole bunch of people are gathered over by the plaza.
I know that voice. Of course.
Yeah! The jester knew it was wrong and fixed Paimon right up.
Oh, yeah. About that. That was kind of embarrassing. Oh, right. Let me introduce you.
Hello, Tonya.
Hello. Firstly, I'm really sorry about my brother.
Hey now, why'd you have to start with that?
So she's the real Tonya.
She said you two didn't manage to meet up at the theater. She waited ages for me, and when I didn't show, she got a little worried and went outside.
I know, right? He didn't bother to say a word to me. I searched up and down the city for...
I've been rushed off my feet lately, so I didn't get the chance to go home.
Well, the snow was bad, and you're never late. So I was really worried...
I'm sorry, Tonya. I really am. I'll make it up to you somehow.
Although the mix-up led to a series of misunderstandings, besides, it's obvious that Tartaglia isn't usually one to break a promise. He only gave his ticket to...
No, it's fine. It just meant I didn't get to...
I would say the best is yet to...
Huh? What?
Hey, look!
Вот такой вот конец у нас получился. Забираем награды. И, пожалуй, скрутим круточку на одету. Там, кстати, очень близко у меня. Может быть, сейчас еще и выбьем пятизвездочного персонажа. Ха, нет. Не выбьем. Линет, Сахароза. Есть еще крутки. Мы их тоже возьмем. Вот таким образом. И по одной докрутим. Так. Помолиться. Пошел на хрен. Помолиться. Пошел на хрен. Помолиться. Так. Алёша. А чё? Где? Где пятизвездочный персонаж? Я не понял. Почему его нет? Беспредел. Плейлист, ссылки в описании. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал. Всем удачи, всем пока.